How lucky are we that we get to see stuff like this? So we're headed down to Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah.
We're going to be staying in a Georgia state park. We've got a travel buddy with us today. I don't think you can see her. She's laying on the sofa behind Steve. And she is a black dog, so.
Makes it a little harder to see.
Yeah. She's not quite sure what to think of this. Her brother and sister went off to doggy daycare. And she was not happy this morning. We're also trying out a new microphone, but I forgot to wire it up, so it's probably not going to sound much better than the GoPro, but hopefully the video that we shoot this weekend will be better.
What do you mean wire it up?
Well, I was going to have it hang like up here between us instead of where it is off of the camera near the engine, and hopefully it will cut back some of the engine noise. We eventually are going to go with wireless that clip on each other, but I didn't want to spend the money yet.
Since when does that happen?
Well, there's always that. But I don't think we've turned the GPS on yet, but I think it's going to be about 5 hours, so we got a lot later start than we really wanted to start. So hopefully we'll be pulling in right about dusk, so hopefully it won't cause a problem. We're going to turn the camera off, enjoy the ride, hang out, talk to each other, and we'll catch up with you when we get closer. Here we go. We are at Skidaway, I'm not sure how you say it, Island Park. We're about to take the big ferry trail hike here. Yeah, and we're going to go see the observation tower, and then hopefully up to the earthworks, the liquor still, the shell thing, and then freshwater sloth. So it's supposed to be about a 3-mile hike. 3-mile hike. We've got my crew today. Ladybug.
The leader.
And Steve. The dog tamer.
Sort of.
Yeah. The thing that we noticed is the campground is a little confusing to find your camp spot.
Like all campgrounds seem to be.
Yes, but we came in after dark, so that was interesting. The other thing to notice is that the other thing to note is that the main roads, and there's about 3 or 4 main roads, are pretty wide and really nice. But the other roads inside the campground are narrow, but all the rigs have been getting through. And you just need to go slow, which is a little hard after dark when you can't see anything. So I wouldn't recommend pulling in after dark unless you know where you're going. Most of the sites, if not all of the sites, are pull through. And they're kind of arced. So like you can pull through and you arc. And so what ends up happening for our area, there's like 3 campsites that we can see from where we are. And that other two of ours are parents and grandparents with kids. And I'll tell you what, they're having a blast because this huge open area around. The site is huge. The sites are huge, first of all.
I think this is the biggest site we've ever been to.
I think so too.
For each individual site.
Yes. And then what has also happened is that because the way that they face your side of your rig, which has the power and the electricity, is the roadside. So you end up facing into either trees or a little area, which is kind of nice. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see the water out here now. Right Peek through the tree ledge, you can just see the water. And I suspect that this bench coming up has an amazing view. And look at that, some dog owner so nicely left their poop bag behind. I hate when they do that. Look at this. Okay, here's my little pet peeve, dog owners. We have 3. I don't clean up the poop every time they go in the backyard. Clean it up every time you go out in public. We have seen a lot of dog poop
We
here.
do carry this for just such an occasion.
Yeah, I mean they make many different styles. I've got one on my loop. I mean,
and they do have plenty of facilities here with trash cans.
Yeah.
Oh, right
There's
there
the observation
is the observation tower.
And then you can see the waterway here behind Steve's head.
Looping around you.
What a great tower. And the boardwalk up to it. We should have packed our lunch and come here and picnic.
Yeah.
There's a picnic table on the bottom level. Actually, I think there might be one on each level. Wow, this is so pretty. This is the view from the second level. And I'll sit here for a while because see if I can do it, right in there were some, I think, egrets flying. I can barely see it all the way out on the point, right near the water and that tree. It just hit the tree, so I don't know if you were able to see it. Boy, this is pretty though. I keep saying that over and over and over again, and how lucky we are that we get to experience this. Look at all those trees over there. I don't even know if you can tell scale, how huge they are, and how that moss, such a stereotypical southern thing. But, wow, amazing. Go really slow. Keep it. I hope you got to see that. It's on the wrong side of the tree. That was very cool. Thankfully, Steve pointed it out by shoving me. But I'm very thankful. I hope you saw that. There was a blue herring. It was resting up against this log here. And then when I tried to creep closer, of course it took off.
No.
Ladybug is on high squirrel alert. Yesterday, we had her on a tether in the campsite so she could walk around a bit while I was sitting and reading. And a squirrel ran across her path. And she was tethered up to the picnic table and moved the one into the picnic table about a foot.
Yeah, and that's a big, heavy picnic
It is a
table.
big, heavy picnic table. So,
And dopey me, I tossed her ball and it went outside of it and she pulled it again.
yeah. So we're just learning how to camp and hang out with her and keep her safe. Look at that.
That is cool looking.
Look at that root system. How amazing is this?
And there's a crab going up the side of it.
Oh yeah.
And there's one up there. And there's actually 3 of them.
Yeah, so there's crabs on the tree itself. The roots come all the way out over to here. There's a big root. How many storms, how much life, how many changes is this beautiful tree seeing?
That's an old tree.
It is an old tree.
It's been through many a hurricane here.
Yeah.
We are next to the ocean in a bad area for hurricanes.
So Steve's hugging a tree.
I'm a tree hugger.
But what I'm amazed at is this is not one of the bigger trees.
Yeah.
This is just one that's right next to the trail.
It's pretty big.
But it's pretty big. What is the other thing is it's the same width all the way up. And it goes up. And it goes up.
I wonder how many years old that is.
Amazing. Gotta think of another word besides amazing. What a wonderful weekend we've had. We're headed out now. We are filming on our way out, which is not something we normally do.
Exit stage left.
Exactly. And the reason we're doing it is because we arrived after dark. And there was nothing to see but darkness.
And we're still talking to each other after setting up in the dark. It actually went really well.
It went very smoothly, I agree though, but we, you know, I think the hardest part is the campground map is
Lots of speed bumps.
yeah, there's a lot of speed bumps, so the campground map is proportionally not set up very well. And so it was very difficult in the first place to see the turns, and in the second place the map was off really badly, and so we thought a turn was further away than it was, which I suspect happens in all campground maps.
Yeah, they just had a spot to fill and they had to figure out how they could make it fit.
The campground is absolutely gorgeous. We did not go into Savannah at all. We stayed and hiked a lot. I think we wore Ladybug out. She is happily sleeping at our feet right now.
Reception.
The GPS lost satellite reception. Huh. That was interesting.
Yeah.
So that kind of tells you
We are out in the middle of nowhere.
how bad the reception is. We had 2 bars of AT&T on our phones. We were able to stream some YouTube videos last night. We did not try our TV, and we did get over-the-air channels.
Who did we watch last night?
I don't remember now. I am not feeling real great this morning. We went out for seafood last night, and I think I overate because it was so delicious. It may have been the bazillion hush puppies that I had.
And I didn't have. And when I went to eat some last night, they were all gone.
Oh, gone. They were in my belly.
But the couple that I did eat, those were like the best hash
Really
browns
good.
I've ever had.
So we will put in the
Hush puppies.
Yeah, hash brown. Hush puppies.
Hush-
Yeah, hush puppies. Sorry, not hash browns, hush puppies. We will put in the description. We actually did carry out from 2 different restaurants. So we will put that into the description. I'm actually going to pause for a minute, talking for a minute, and put our GPS on.
Did you hit go home?
I
It was
did.
calculating.
It did.
I mean, there's only one way in and out of here.
Well, that's true too. We are on an island.
Over that big bridge. I'm hoping we can get the bridge.
Okay. Whew. So he's got his sunglasses. We've got the camera set up again. The drive-in is gorgeous. As far as the campground goes, there's a lot of trees that look like they're low-hanging, but I think in reality they're low, but there's still plenty of room for people, for the trailers. You just have to drive slow and be careful. There are parts where
People don't want me to get in front of them. They keep gassing it.
there are parts where the road is raised because of the roots of the trees, They've done a fabulous job in this campground, in my opinion, of trying to keep the trees healthy and healthy, but still have nature. And so, you know, there's a couple places where you just need to go slow, but everything is fine. There are rigs of every
Parkway.
There were rigs of every size in the park, from really teeny tiny and tent campers all the way up to big Class A's.
And the bus.
Yeah.
There's even one that was like a bus. Huge.
So, you know, we saw a little bit of everything as we walked around. Just, you know, my caution to you is to make sure you come in before dark, and make sure if you want to do any walking around the campground at night, if you have a pet, make sure you bring a flashlight or a headlamp. There are no street lights or lights of any kind in this park, and I think that's partially because it is a state park.
That was the intercoastal highway
Waterway.
or waterway for boating that we just crossed over.
Yeah. There's a couple of boat docks near here. We did not get out on the kayaks.
We could have put the kayaks in right there.
Right here. Yeah. There are lots of hiking trails that are gorgeous. You know, it's October, but it was really hot and humid here this weekend. So, you know, caution if you're coming in the warm days, bring lots of water. You are near the water in the coastal waterway and some marshland. It got hot and humid. I'm going to go with, based on what I'm seeing is we're driving. If you are going to boat or kayak true to this area, once again, you know, the low country area, pay attention to the tides. I'm looking off to my right and left, and there are some places where I know the other night when we went out for dinner,
it's all
there was
mud
water,
right
but
now.
it's all mud now, so
Must be low.
Must be low tide.
Or low-ish.
Yeah. Here's a fishing pier here, so if you wanted to fish, I do not know the rules for fishing. You will have to look them up.
I think you have to have a permit just about everywhere.
Yeah, probably. We had a fabulous time though. It's gorgeous. We're supposedly only about 15 miles from Savannah. Like I said, we didn't go into Savannah. We were just hanging out in the campground and doing a little bit of laziness.
When we went to see went to get our seafood, we passed by a Ford museum. That would be interesting to look into.
Yeah, we need to remind ourselves to look that up, because we didn't make Saturday.
We need to do something with this.
The GPS isn't calculating right.
Yeah, I think we need to shut it off.
Let's see if it'll calculate. Go home. As a new. Oops. Stop. Go home.
It's got us in the middle of a field.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut it off and shut it back on again. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Whatever it's doing, it's not doing something right. Turn off the device. Yes, turn it off. I wonder if that's because we didn't get satellite as we were coming out of the park. If it went into some weird preview mode. Well, got the GoPro back on again. Didn't think I was going to turn it on because I thought we were going to be on highways the rest of the way. Somehow our GPS decided that we needed to see Savannah.
We've been here before.
I'm very glad Steve is driving.
It said big trucks go this way.
They were doing road construction on the road we were on before this road, and they sent trucks this way. So, and it said big trucks go this way, so I don't know. I wasn't feeling well before. Now my stomach is really churning.
Stress related?
Very much so. There's that shrimp factory right there. It'd be really nice if we could pull that rig in here and get some shrimp from the shrimp factory. Oh wait, we've got shrimp in the fridge already.
Yeah.
So yeah, somehow we ended up down here by the waterfront in the historic area with our big rig towing a car.
Somebody took that white car back there's mirror off.
Glad it wasn't us.
It was not us.
I'm very glad Steve is driving. Let me just say that again. It's nice to be back out off the city streets. Hopefully this will continue. I don't know what we did, but we're not going home the way we came. I think the lesson today is always check the GPS and know where you're going.
Remember they had directions on the park.
They did. They did have directions on the park.
Because the directions that would get you here are weird. Go this way.
Yeah. So I think we neglected to follow them backwards.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be on a road like this for a while, which isn't a horrible road to be on. It is pretty. It is scenic.
12 miles.